She has an entire bag for her own stuff. Back to my channel. This video is going to be my what's in my hospital bag round 2. If this is your very first video you've ever watched of mine, I'd love if you would hit that subscribe button so you can join the little family. So let's jump right in. This is round 2 for me. I had my second daughter 2 years ago, and this was actually the very first video I ever filmed on my channel, so it's so weird to be back here filming this again 2 years later. That video was so cringy and I don't even want to watch it, but I'm super excited to be doing it again, so let's jump right into what I have. I sort of feel like I've packed more, but it's more of, I don't know, in some way I packed more baby stuff I think than I did with Grace, but let's jump right into what I have. So I packed, I don't know, this is my coming home outfit, but with my first daughter I was due on September 4th and I ended up having her on August 30th. This time around I'm due September 22nd and could end up having her anytime in the next 3 weeks. I'm 37 weeks pregnant right now. So I don't really know what the weather's going to be like. It is more into like fallish weather. So I packed long pants, like yoga pants, this long hoodie that's just like, it's just a hoodie I really like, and it's like long. And then this just sort of like loose flowy pink top to wear underneath. It might end up being too warm, but I do have like the other clothes I packed, and my husband will be coming like back and forth between the hospital and home because our second daughter will be home with my mom most likely. So if it is still super hot at that time, then he can always pick me up something else. So the next thing I have is a nursing bra. This was my favorite one with Grace, so I decided to bring that. I did pack a couple pairs of big ugly underwear because, I don't know, I don't really know why, just because I did use the hospital like mesh underwear or whatever people call it with my first daughter, and I didn't mind them. I know some people don't like them, but I didn't mind them, so I don't know, I just sort of thought I'd throw those in. And then this is a nursing tank top. I think I got this one from Walmart. What I like about this one is it's fairly long. It's not super long, but it's fairly long, so I have worn, I got it in a pack of 2. It came with a white one, and I have worn them like throughout pregnancy, but when I'm pregnant, I don't really like wearing the like latch down, like what makes it a nursing top, because it's just like clunky and I don't like the extra stuff there. But obviously when you're nursing, that is definitely needed. The next thing that I have is this robe. This is actually the robe that I bought, which way does it go, when I was pregnant with Grace for labor and delivery. It's got like a bit of lace there and like on the, what is that, the wrist, and yeah, that's it, just in those 2 spots. So it's really light. I wanted a really light one because I figured it would still be warm like last time around, and it was, and this was so nice to have. I was really glad that I bought a robe. I definitely suggest bringing a robe regardless of like if it's a thin one like this or like a big winter one if you're due more in the winter time or whatever. And then the other thing I brought or I packed is a pair of black, they're pajama pants, but like sweatpants would be the same thing. They're just plain black. I actually wore those a lot in the hospital with Grace, so I decided to bring them again. So that's sort of all the clothes that I'm bringing like to wear in the hospital. You don't really need a whole lot of clothes in the hospital. Yeah, and then I also decided to throw in 2 pairs of socks because I always hear that the hospital is cold. Thinking back, I guess it was kind of cold, but it was still summertime, so I'm not really a fan of socks. I don't really like wearing socks, so I don't remember wearing them at all my last hospital stay with Grace, but I decided to throw them in just in case. I probably will end up wearing my flip-flops, but they don't take up a whole lot of room, so why not? The next thing is just a t-shirt, underwear, and socks for my husband. He doesn't have a whole lot of shorts, so I didn't want to pack away a pair of his shorts and then him not have them to wear for the next 3 weeks. So just a couple little things. This I found super helpful or very important. He didn't know that I had packed him a couple things last time, and he ended up coming home straight from work and leaving like right away. So he was really thankful that I had packed him at least, you know, a few clean things for him to change into. Next thing is just a bag, like a, what do you call these, a reusable cloth bag. I think I did end up using this with Grace. I can't really remember, but I figure it's good to have. You know, you can put your laundry in it, or if somebody comes to the hospital with gifts, or you have like extra stuff the hospital gives you, like they always give you like those Perry bottles or whatever they're called, just anything extra that you don't want to, if your bag's already full. This is the bag that I'm taking, by the way. This is the same one that I used with Grace. It actually matches this unintentionally, but yeah, I just thought that instead of like stuffing everything in there, sometimes it's nice to just have an extra little bag, so throw that in. It doesn't take up a whole lot of room. The next thing, this is one of the most important things I found, was snacks and a Powerade, or like a juice or something that's like, you know, sealed, that's not going to spill in your bag. I was so happy to have Powerade. I don't know why. I just remember it being so delicious after I gave birth. So I definitely suggest having that. And you could too throw it in your hospitals. Like, I think they usually have like a little mini fridge. The other thing was snacks. Depending on the time your baby is born, and like different hospitals have different rules regarding eating when you're in labor. But Grace was born at 5:21, so I think we missed the dinner service. And then, so they do have like toast in my hospital. They had like a place available, and they had bread, so you could make toast. So I did have that, I'm pretty sure, after labor. But I remember, I don't eat these anymore, Clif Bars, really, because they're so full of sugar. But I remember this just being so good. I don't know why it was so good after labor, so I decided to pick up one of those. And then I just bought a box of, what are these, sweet and salty almond granola bars, just whatever, these were on sale, because I found this second night, like they feed you in the hospital your regular meals, but the second night I was so hungry throughout the night, I guess like the breastfeeding munchies. So my dad had brought me snacks, luckily, because all I brought last time was just one of these. So I obviously ate this right away and didn't have anything else. So I was really thankful that my dad had brought me some snacks. So this time around I'm more prepared, and I'm bringing myself some snacks. And like something that's like non-perishable, so you can pack it away in your bag ahead of time, and it's not going to go bad, you know, while your bag is sitting by the door. So the next thing, I just threw in a couple pads. The hospital provides them, but I don't know, I just like to be prepared. I didn't mind the hospital ones. Some people prefer to bring their own. Some people don't like the hospital ones. I just wanted to throw a couple in because I had the space, and if we needed to stop somewhere on the way home and I needed to change, then I just wanted to have some extras. And then I brought some breast pads, or what are these, breast milk pads. I really like the Avent ones. Is that what it's called? Avent? Yeah. I didn't need these with my first, with Grace, like, because your milk comes in, I think it's usually 2 to 3 days after giving birth. So I only needed these at home, but this time around I feel like I might need them because I'm still breastfeeding my first daughter Grace a few times a day, so my milk doesn't need to come in, like it's already in. It will just need to change and come in more to feed a baby full-time, opposed to just the few times a day that Grace nurses. So I feel like I might need these this time around, and they're so little that they don't take up very much room, but I feel like with a second baby, when I'm already breastfeeding, I might need them. But if it's your first baby, you can throw them in your bag, but I don't really think you would need them. Deodorant, always need deodorant. I put almost all of my, what are these called, toiletries into this little bag. My aunt got this for me actually for my baby shower, which I thought was kind of a weird baby shower gift. Obviously there was other stuff, she just gave me a little bag. But it's perfect for putting all your little toiletries in, because you don't want to open up your bag and then your toothpaste be exploded, or your cream, or whatever else. So the only things that I couldn't fit in were the deodorant and this nipple butter. It's the Earth Mama Angel Baby. I think they changed their name and they're just Earth Mama now. But I bought this with Grace and it's still good, so that is excellent. I think it has a little thing. It's good for 36 months. I can't remember where, but I definitely saw I don't know, I read somewhere on it that it was still good, the expiry date. So I couldn't fit that in this bag, so I just will toss it in my bag. Oh, this doesn't want to open. So I used this one and the I cannot pronounce the other name. Ugh. The zipper is stuck. Oh no. Apparently I filled it too much. Okay, so don't stuff your bag. I ripped 2 of the little plastic bags that I had in there because they got caught on the zipper. So anyways, I, with Grace, used the Earth Mama Angel Baby nipple butter as well as the Lanolin, whatever the brand is. I sort of like switched between the two. I honestly don't even remember what one I preferred, but I did like having both of them because they are a very different consistency, I guess you'd say, so I did like having both of those. I packed a toothbrush for me, mine's already in here, and one for my husband as well. That was another thing that he was very glad that I had packed because obviously he didn't think of it when I was last minute getting home from work. What else? Oh, a lip gloss or like a lip balm. I always hear people saying how hospitals are really like dry, I guess because they have to like keep refreshing the air or something to do with air, so definitely a lip balm. I just packed some little creams. This is a night cream and a moisturizer. I was going to pack a day cream, but I think I didn't have a small version. A little mini toothpaste, a hand cream because again it is very dry in hospitals, and then I also have this little like sample pack of the Lanolin. I don't know why. I think I must have got it in like a little freebie pack thing. I just threw that in there so that it was with everything else. I don't really know why. It's like a one-time use amount, I guess. The next thing is a couple of hair ties and a couple of bobby pins. These are essential. Pack your hair ties beforehand because you will more than likely want to put your hair up during labor. The next thing is these are cleansing cloths. So these ones already have like the cleanser in them. So I think I packed like enough for a 3-day stay to have 2 per day. You don't want to bring like all your like cleanser and moisturizer and all your stuff, but it is definitely nice to have these kind of like wipes that you can just go wash your face. You know, if you've had makeup on and then like before labor, it's more than likely all messed up by the end of labor, or even if you didn't have any makeup on, it just still feels really nice to be able to wash your face. This is 3 prenatal vitamins. This is something that I didn't bring last time. I didn't even think of last time, didn't even cross my mind, honestly, but I heard somebody talking about it in one of these types of videos that I watched, but I think it was an American, and they said the hospital provides prenatals. My hospital definitely didn't last time. Maybe they do now. Maybe that's a new thing, but I decided to throw these in because it is very important to take your prenatal vitamins if you're breastfeeding, so to continue taking them. So that is all the toiletries I have. So I think that's everything that I have packed for me and my husband. Now this all should fit in this bag. I had everything in this bag before I filmed the video aside from my coming home outfit, so I'm pretty sure it all will fit. I know most women use like a duffel bag for their hospital bag, but I used this backpack last time because I was new last time. I hadn't actually used it yet, so I was just excited to use it. And so I figured why not use it this time around? It worked well last time. Why not use it again? So now onto the more fun and exciting stuff, the baby stuff. Last time around I just put all of baby stuff in my bag and that worked totally fine. But this time we have already bought this bag that basically will be her diaper bag. We have a bag identical to this, or the same size but different pattern or whatever, that we use as a diaper bag for our first daughter, Grace, and it works really good. So we just decided to go ahead and get a second bag for this baby, and I'm just basically using this as her hospital bag for now. So this is this little sign. I have a blanket. I think I showed it in my baby girl haul video that it's like a blanket that you use to take photos, and it came with these little things. So this side says one day, and then this one says 1 week, and then there's like 1 month, 2 months, all those. So I wanted to be able to use this. I'm not going to bring the blanket because it's so big. I'd have to like put it on the floor, and that's gross. I don't want to put it on the floor. So I'm just going to put this in like the little like hospital bassinet thing and get a couple photos with that. So that is for her, but that will go in my backpack because I don't think it is, I think it's too big to fit in this one, and I don't want it to get all like wrinkled. So as far as her stuff, in the front here, I just have a couple of diapers. The hospital provides diapers. These are size 1s. just because I had them. I have newborn size ones now, but I just threw these in here basically because this is where the diapers are going to live anyways. So, and then I have a little package of, what is this, hand sanitizer that I just threw in there as well, just basically because that's where they're going to be and I didn't need to use that space for anything else, so I thought I would just use it for that. Okay, so the first thing in her bag is this little wet bag. I'm pretty sure I brought this exact same one to the hospital with Grace. It's just nice to have somewhere to put, like, if she spits up on her outfit or something like that, or like if you have like a diaper explosion, and it's just nice to have somewhere to contain that mess till you get home. So that is definitely an essential in my eyes. So the next thing is just some wipes that, again, the hospital provides wipes, but I just thought I'd throw them in her bag because that's where they'll be living anyways. This little thing is I bought for, I think I showed this in my baby girl haul as well, but I bought it for like soothers. I don't think I'll bring a soother to the hospital though, because I didn't with Grace and we were fine. I prefer to wait a little while. I think it's suggested 4 weeks to avoid nipple confusion, but I don't think we waited that long with Grace, so we'll see how things go. But again, I just threw it in there because I didn't really have anywhere else for it, honestly. The next thing is her blanket. I showed this as well in my baby girl haul video. I think all of this stuff I've showed before. So that is her like hospital, or like her baby blanket basically, that she'll have with her and we'll use for photos and stuff. So the next thing is this one little bow. I did bring this to the hospital with Grace, and it's pretty much the only reason I'm bringing it this time around is just to get a couple photos because it's the same one that Grace wore. 2 little scratch mittens. I brought a couple little hats. This one because it's super tiny. This one because Grace wore it. This was actually the very first thing that we put on Grace. I can't remember, it was either this or these mittens, but these go together. So I brought that one, and then just another little white hat just because I don't know what kind of outfit I'm going to put her in, so I just thought I would throw that in there. So there's a couple hats for her. Now this is the really fun stuff. I went way overboard with her clothes, and I know that, but the only reason I did is because she has an entire bag for her own stuff, so I had the space. So the first thing is just a plain white onesie. I thought this might be cute for taking photos with the blanket. Yeah, just plain white onesie. These are all her coming home outfit options with Grace. I packed a bunch of clothes, and then I ended up just keeping her naked wrapped in a blanket so we could do skin to skin all the time for the whole hospital stay until after her bath, which I think I would like to do again this time. But again, I am bringing lots of choices for her coming home outfit, mostly because I have the space and I just honestly can't decide. This is the first one. This is what Grace wore for her coming home outfit, and it's so tiny. I can't believe she was ever this tiny. So I really like that one. So that's option 1. This one is one we bought specifically for this baby. Greg actually picked it out. I gave him a couple options, and this is the one he picked. So this one, either way, is a special outfit just for her, one that Grace never wore. And then this is Little Sister. This one's a whole lot longer. I didn't buy this as a coming home outfit. I just bought it because this is Little Sister, and that's so cute. But it was a lot smaller than I expected when I got it in the mail, so I threw that one in there in case she is a bit longer, because you never know. And then this one I bought wanting to be her coming home outfit, but it ended up being way bigger than I expected, even though it is a 0 to 3 month. I guess I should have got newborn. I think they didn't have newborn, but either way, she might be giant and she might fit in that, although I don't think she will because Grace was 8 pounds 3 ounces when she was born, and she fit perfectly in this tiny one. So we'll see, but either way, it's kind of nice to have some options if you have the space. So I am glad that I've packed all these things because I have the space. Now the next thing is my breastfeeding pillow. I am very glad that I did bring this to the hospital last time, so I'm going to bring it again. This is something that doesn't need to come up into the room right away. I didn't bring it up right away with Grace. I just sent Greg down for it the next day or after she was born or whatever. Even her hospital bag doesn't really need to come up. The only thing that needs to come up right away is my bag, really. So the very last thing that I will, or I guess not the very last thing, one of the last things I will be bringing is my camera bag. I'm going to be bringing the camera that I'm recording on right now. Usually I film on this, but I went to film with this and the battery is dead. I only have one battery, so I will be bringing this, like the smaller vlog camera. This is a backup battery for the camera I'm recording on right now because I have to, so I'll have that one. And then I'm going to also bring the charger for this one because I find the battery dies quicker for this one than that one. So all that hopefully will fit in this bag. And again, this bag doesn't need to come up with us right away. So the last thing, I think, the last bag that I'll be bringing to the hospital is the big sister bag. I'll have a video up about that as well, what's in that and all the bits, but that is something that I will be giving to Grace when she comes to visit the baby in the hospital. So that it'll come to the hospital, but it can just sit in the car until she comes to actually meet her. So then on my phone I have a little list of like the day of things that I'm using still, but I'm going to, when I go into labor, pack into this bag or just throw into my purse or whatever. I am going to write them down on a little sticky note and stick it on the fridge so that Greg or my mom or whoever ends up helping me, you know, pack up the last few things and get ready to go to the hospital doesn't even have to ask me. They can just look at the list and know where those things are. So the first one is my phone charger. Obviously I need that until I go into labor. The cameras might even end up being a last minute packing thing depending on how much I need to use them beforehand. My makeup and makeup remover. Makeup remover is definitely an essential, and I might end up just getting a new one and putting it into my whatever this bag is, toiletries bag, because it is very essential. With Grace, I was wearing makeup because it was only 5:21, so you know, if you go into labor in the middle of the night, you're probably not gonna put makeup on, but I'd put makeup on that morning and then had her that evening, so my makeup was all messed up from being in labor. So I was very thankful to have a makeup remover to like wipe off my old makeup. And then the last thing is I'll also bring my blanket. It is really, really, really nice to have a blanket from home in the hospital. I know some women bring their own pillows and that just seems a bit excessive to me, but if you're one of those people that really likes to have your own pillow, go for it. But I just brought a smallish blanket so that, you know, if it got cold I could use it as a blanket or I could use it as a pillow because the hospital pillows did kind of suck. So I definitely suggest bringing your own blanket, and again, that can sit in the car and just come up when your husband brings up the rest of your stuff or whatever. So the very last thing that I wanted to talk about is a warm blanket for the baby. I don't know how cold it's going to be near the end of September. You know, she waits till her due date to be born, or she could come in 2 days when it's still very warm out. So I think I'm going to pack a warm blanket because right now I only have this blanket packed for her. I might even pack another one just in case she spits up on this one so that we have something to keep her cozy and warm. Although our hospital does provide blankets for while they're in the hospital, so we'll definitely have that at the very least. But for Grace, I like to have one of these like soft, thin swaddle blankets wrapped around her and then a nice warm blanket to put on top. So I think I will bring, I haven't picked one out yet, but I think I will bring another blanket for that. So that is everything that I will be bringing to the hospital for my second baby. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to follow my journey. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.